Hey, man, I do what I do.
She, as the press secretary, all right, she's been tasked with defending some pretty questionable actions. We're talking about issues like Hunter Biden's struggle with crack, cocaine, or drugs, or whatever he was on. All right, spending money on prostitutes, his gun felony charges. And who's left to explain this to the world? Who's the face? A dark-skinned black Haitian woman who is clearly black, standing out front of the cameras, trying to spin a narrative that's not only damaging, but also deeply unfair to her and dishonest on his face. And time again, whenever there's bad news or something shady that needs to be said or dishonest or scandalous, whether it's the laptop or the so-called Russian collusion hoax, which turned out to be a hoax, they put a black woman out front, okay, to defend the indefensible. So what effect does that have on your reputation? And see, this is not just an isolated incident. It's a pattern. And it's time we begin to call that out. And and I already told you about Letitia James, the Attorney General. You saw the article. But before that, she filed a frivolous lawsuit against Donald Trump, claiming that he overestimated the property values to secure a loan in his home down in Mar-a-Lago, Florida. But here's the kicker. The banks themselves said they were not victims. They got paid back their full amount. They do business with him again. So what's the end game? Well, the case went up on appeal and the appellate court all but said, we've never seen a case like this. This is stupid. And at some point in the very near future, they're going to kick that case out. And so what is it? It feels like a political stunt. It's aimed at scoring points rather than seeking justice. This woman campaigned on trying to bankrupt Donald Trump when they thought the man was down and out. And now he's the president again. And you heard what one of his dudes said, we gonna put your big butt in prison. We don't want to see a black woman fall from such a prominent position and be put in prison. Y'all need to chill. Stop, whether I'm talking to Fonnie Willis or Letitia James or any of the rest of these sisters who are out there, we put you in those positions to be advocates for us and be fair-minded, not to be the attack dogs for these Democrats. And now, again, we just talk about these recent headlines where you have Letitia James, the Attorney General of New York, encouraging doctors in New York to continue performing transition surgeries and giving chemical therapy, or as they call it, hormone therapy, to babies, to minors, despite Trump's executive order banning such procedure. That's federal law. And this defiance not only puts her career at risk, it could even lead to her losing her law license. And yet here she is, a black woman, standing at the forefront of a very dangerous game while the political establishment uses her as a pawn. And let's not forget, again, Fonnie Willis and that failed RICO charge against Donald Trump and his friends, all that backfired spectacularly. And now she's facing serious consequences, potentially losing her law license and even facing federal charges. All the while, there's whispers of collusion with Biden and Harris in the White House. We're seeing the trend here, folks. The Democratic lawmakers are even urging their supporters to take to the streets. Did you hear what they said? Let me run this back to you all so you can hear what these folks, this foolishness that these folks want us. They want us to take